I've had nothing but a positive experience. Especially at Winchester, I feel like I've never had any issues with bringing up the army experience and having people to talk to. My dad's still in the army, so he's been through it through my whole 4 years of uni. And my undergrad especially, I did have some struggles, and people at the uni have always been so helpful.
I'm really enjoying it, and I'm excited to graduate, even though I've just started.
Nowadays, we're sort of encouraged in school, if you don't have a degree or like higher education, you're going to struggle later on in life. So I was always under this impression I need to have a degree or some other qualification to get me in somewhere and open all these different doors. So that's what I did. I was like, no, I need to find something.
To come to uni, it's always kind of been instilled in me to make my own decisions and what I want to do. Through my dad and being in the army, there has been a lot of rigour for him, so he tried to make sure that for me it was my own decision and that there wasn't any sort of pressure from my parents. It was all about me. That's why I've chosen to do a master's degree here as well. And I chose to stay because I like where it is and everything about Winchester.
I think it makes you resilient, 100% resilient, and you've got quite tough skin as well.
I'm so much more organised, I feel like, because the influence of my dad having to be organised, having to have that sort of regime of what he does every single day. And I don't think I would have that if it wasn't for my dad's sort of influence or the army influence in my life.
Since my first lecture, I thought, I'm a bit older now, I kind of know more than the other people in my class, and then I'm like, oh my god, I know nothing, like absolutely nothing. So yeah, for sure, there's so much for me to learn, and it's really exciting now. I'm really excited to learn.
My university experience, it's not just about, as I said, the degree, it's about the people you come in contact with as well. You come across the people from all walks of life, and as I said, coming from a very rural area and coming from a service family, I was just, when I first went into the big city and a big university, I was just like, oh my goodness. But meeting all these different people and just chatting, it's amazing who you meet, and you would never ever think, oh, I would be friends with the person who's lived all the way over there or does this. And I think university really opens your eyes that there's so much more to life.
So I love the piece of being able to just come here and do my thing, learn, and then go when I need to go. That's a highlight for me, being able to juggle life and uni and feel calm about it and not feel hectic and rushed, and that's a big highlight for me.
I would say to them to make sure it's for them and not for anyone else, and that if you really want to do it for you. Don't do it to please other people or to please people in the army or your parents. Do it for you. And if that is an influence, that's great, but don't make sure it's solely for you and not for anybody else.
That you can do whatever you want to do, and it doesn't matter which member of your family is in the military, and there's so many options out there, and you can do it, whatever one you choose to do, and learn from the people that are in the military in your family. Learn things from them and use them in your decision-making skills and use them to your advantage.
And it's amazing that at Winchester here, it's a safe space. You feel like, oh yeah, like my feelings are validated. I'm allowed to feel anxious, and it's not like a wasted feeling, like it's justified. And it's great. And as I've said previously, like I never felt that anywhere else in any other university.
Winchester is such a positive light in my life. It will always be home for me, I feel like. And being from an army background, don't have a steady home, I feel like that is Winchester for me.
It actually warmed my heart to see that, service families were included, because in my sort of previous university experience, that was never a tick box. You could never claim that as like an identity. And even though technically, like, my dad's not serving anymore, but the imprint of his service will always remain as like who I am and part of like my family.
I've made so many friends, joined so many societies that I didn't think I ever would. I mean, one of my best friends lives in another country now, and we're still friends after our undergraduate. I didn't think I'd have a network that large, and now I do.
Don't let being a service family feel like it's going to stop you from doing it. If anything, it's almost like a superpower, because as a young child, you come up with some serious challenges and you've just got to put a brave face on it. So when you challenge what feels like a massive problem at university, you've already been able to overcome something a lot bigger.